Yo, Gizzo, good afternoon. Seen as. What's up, people? Come on in here and chit chat with the dribble for a little bit. I know y'all have been over here with me before. I'm back at the restaurant. Normally pay them a visit on Sundays. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Peace. Pee Wee, what up? It's the day before school up here in the Northeast. A lot of back to school events going on. The NFL preseason came to an end. I love Supreme Clientele too. We're gonna talk about it. Jamar, what's up, G? Good afternoon. Make sure y'all like this video. I need y'all to share. The key word is shares. He said, what you having today? I'm having lion's mane mushrooms. That's vegan chicken. Lion's mane mushrooms. Something else, but my main course is lion's mane mushrooms. What's going on? Make sure that y'all are subscribed to the channel. Put a lot of thought into this discussion. I've seen enough. I have. I think the fix is in for Shaduer, especially they don't cut him and let him find a team that can use him. I think he's better off being cut by the Browns because I think it was the offensive coordinator. His name is Kevin something. He participated in a saboteur act last night. And it was very, very obvious. Everybody know the fix is in. Number one, there was no reason to play Joe Flacco or start Joe Flacco in a preseason game that is basically, it's the last season of the game. It's also the last time for most of the players to prove whether or not they're worthy of a contract. Joe Flacco is an NFL veteran. I think he's been in the league probably like 15 years, 12 to 15 years. There's no reason to play him in a preseason game, the last preseason game. There's no reason for him to play in that because they already know that he's going to make the squad. As a matter of fact, he's probably going to be the starting quarterback, so it made no sense to be playing him. But I'm going to go into this further. He said they had no reason to play Snoop Hunt either. They had no reason to play Snoop either. Eric Dickerson did a live stream about a week ago. No, a podcast about a week ago. He spoke on how word was passed out amongst NFL general managers not to select Shaduer. Before the draft, Mel Kiper, who's an NFL insider, very storied career, credibility through the roof, he named Shaduer as the number one pick in the NFL draft. He said if he's not the number one pick, he should go early in the first round. He went further to say, in his opinion, Shaduer and Travis should go back-to-back as the first two picks. Shaduer being the leader of passer efficiency in the NCAAs last year. He led the league, led the nation in passer efficiency, had the highest rating of all passers in the college football. And of course, you got the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. He ended up falling to the fifth round, the 55th pick. That was the red flag right there. We knew the fix was in, but we thought that would be the end of it. These are some very, very rotten people. I got white followers who support me, and I got friends who are white. But I gotta just call it how it is. The people who are in charge of the NFL, they're white. They had a hand in this, and it has nothing to do with Shaduer. It's more so they don't like that Deion such. Yo, my man, what's up with the door? Like, you coming in or what? Oh, okay. cast that the Sanders were playing with were cast that don't make the team. Nah, they're gonna get cut tomorrow morning. Yeah, they made an effort. They made a blatant effort to embarrass Deion Sanders, and coaches would support the emasculation of Deion Sanders too, because Deion and Shaduer have been linked since he was a little league player. He's never played for another coach in his life, right? And if Shaduer goes to a specific NFL, this was their thinking prior to the draft. If Shaduer goes to a specific franchise, then that coach of that team, his job will be on the line, because Deion might want to coach his son. And NFL owners know that that's an excellent package deal, because it's going to sell a lot of fucking tickets. It's going to bring a lot of fucking publicity. So coaches wasn't with it. Like, fuck that. I don't want to lose my job. We don't need him. And you had general managers who was instructed not to draft him. He ended up with Cleveland. The first preseason game that he played with legitimate personnel, he got off. The whole online community was talking about it. All of the ESPN experts was talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. The guy who's listed as the fourth string quarterback is the best on the roster. He got off. They wanted to make sure that the last memory that people had of Shaduer was him playing bad. They could have left Shaduer in for the 2-minute drill at the end of the game to see, okay, you took a few sacks. We're going to see how you play in the 2-minute drill, which is very, very important. They pulled him. They wanted people to know, and they wanted people to have the last withstanding memory of Shaduer Sanders was him playing a bad game. Nobody's talking about the game no more that he got off. Everybody's talking about him playing a very, very bad game. And the racism that is exposed online by Shaduer and Angel Reese is ridiculous. I follow sports from top to bottom, all sports. I'm a fan of basically every sport. Angel Reese and Cardozo, the Twin Towers in Chicago, they just had a monster game, double-doubles apiece. Both of them had 20 points and double-figure rebounds. Angel had like 21 and 15. Cardozo had like 25 and 12 or something like that. That's something to brag about. Twin Towers in Chicago. Whenever you look at the comments below an Angel Reese video, there's nothing but rotten shit in the comments. There's nothing but rotten shit in the comments. It's not about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, because Caitlin's not playing right now, number one. Number two, they play two totally different positions. The racism has superseded the whole game of basketball. That's all you hear people, that's all you see in the comments is rotten racist comments about her. No matter how good she plays, Angel Reese is a legitimate WNBA player. She's shown it. They're not on a good team. She keep a double-double in the stat book, and she's been breaking records the whole time that she's been in the league. You know what I'm saying? Angel was just out of the lineup, I believe, for an injury or something, for about 8 games. You know how many games Chicago won while she was out? 0. They didn't win any games. They didn't. And when you read the comments under her videos, under her highlight videos, it's nothing but middle-aged to elderly white men in there in the comments. It'd be some niggas too in the comments talking about how awful she is as a player. And this is a woman. This is women's sports. So with that being said, you already know how these same people feel about somebody like Shaduer Sanders playing a position in the NFL that has been traditionally occupied and dominated by white men. The quarterback position, it ain't like it. It's not like that anymore. Back in the 80s, you could count the black quarterbacks on your hand. Doug Williams, Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham. It might have been, it was a dude named Vince something that played for the Raiders. And you had Joe Gilliam back in the 70s, but the quarterback position has been traditionally dominated and occupied by white men. It's not like that no more. It's not like that. It's not like that no more. Dual threat quarterbacks muscled their way into the spotlight, into the hearts and minds of NFL fans. And you know what's funny? Vince Evans, thank you. Shaduer Sanders is not a dual threat quarterback. And he's a pocket passer. He plays the quarterback position in a traditional manner, the way he was instructed by his trainer, Tom Brady. And you got people who are trying to sabotage him on purpose. It's terrible what they did to him. It's terrible. I feel that it's a good thing that he got his father with him to coach him through this. Me personally, I hope he get cut. I hope he get cut by the Browns because Rodney Pete, good one. I hope he get cut by the Browns because, number one, they're a losing franchise. The Browns ain't won shit in forever. They ain't been nothing since Bernie Kosar retired. And when Bernie was on his way out the league, they wasn't no good. The Browns ain't no good. I hope that he gets cut by the Cleveland Browns and ends up a part of an organization that will play him, appreciate him, and give him a fighting chance. This is football. You know how devilish that you have to be, that you want to sabotage your own franchise to make a kid look bad? Shaduer's a kid. He's a kid. I don't think he graduated college. I don't think he even graduated yet. He came out early. That might have been all of his because he was at Jackson State first. That might have been all of his playing eligibility. Now, I'm not sure if he graduated, but he's a kid. And you seeing probably millionaires and billionaires going out of their way to emasculate him in front of everybody. This is sickening. You know why? Because they kids love the black athlete. They do. Their kids love Allen Iverson. Their kids love Shaquille O'Neal. Their kids love LeBron James. They do. Their kids love David Justice. They do. I can go on and on. Their kids love Barry Bonds. So I don't understand where all of this is coming from besides outright racism. Racism is still rampant in the United States. It is. We got to a space in this world where it might have been sugar-coated and shit like that, but racism dominates the United States to this day. And I'm shocked that it's so blatant in sports because of one man, because of Deion Sanders. Do you believe Eric Dickerson's testimony on the draft concerning Shaduer? I absolutely believe Eric Dickerson. There's no reason for Eric Dickerson to make up some shit like that. There's absolutely no reason for him to make that up. Yes, I believe it. And you know why I believe it? Because you got people like Skip Bayless. You got people like Mel Kiper from ESPN who prior to the NFL draft spoke on the value of Shaduer Sanders. They co-signed him. He was listed as the #1 quarterback in the draft. How do you fall from being the #1 listed pre-draft as the #1 quarterback to almost not being drafted at all? If he wasn't drafted at number 55th in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns, he wouldn't have got drafted at all. That's unheard of. That's never happened before, ever. It's mostly because of Deion. A lot of owners don't like Deion. Yeah, it's sickening. It's sickening. Deion is what you call an uppity nigga. He says what he wants, and it's very well known that in athletics, white men are aroused to jealousy. They are. When I was playing ball in high school, I had this specific coach. I won't jump to a space where I call him a racist, but he had a problem with the way that I played basketball. I was out there boogieing, but this is how I got the scholarship to this school. I didn't get the scholarship. I went to a prep school called Mercier's Prep. I didn't get the scholarship to the school playing traditional style of basketball. I was doing the shit that you see them niggas doing in the NBA now. The shit that you see Kyrie doing, the shit that you see Jamal Crawford doing. We wasn't allowed to do that shit. That would turn, they call it, they might have called it monkey ball or ghetto ball or some shit like that. Straight like that. They would say that out of their mouth. And this specific coach, he had a problem with me, you know, doing my thing and shit. And this was where hot dog, showboat. Yeah, these are some of the words that they use. These are some of the words that they use. And you know what it was? It was nothing but jealousy. It was nothing but jealousy. This is where the jealousy comes in at. You're a coach. I'm a kid. And I came from the projects with all of the tools. You can't teach me shit. You can't show me shit. You can't show me nothing. Because I'm better than you. When you was a basketball player, I'm better than your kids. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm better than your starting point guard. And I'm a freshman. I'm a sophomore. This is the truth. This is the truth. I got benched in a championship game for the boogie. That's what we call it, boogieing. You know why? Because it's a rhythm. A lot of the shit that we was doing on the basketball court, that shit wasn't pre-rehearsed. We didn't practice that shit. That shit just came out. He reached for the ball. I went behind my back. You know what I'm saying? That shit it's like dancing. And he didn't appreciate that. The same thing goes for Shaduer. There's certain things that Shaduer, certain qualities that he has that was passed down to him genetically. He didn't have to say some of the things that he said pre-draft. I think he offended some people. I don't even think he worked out in the combines and shit like that. That was a bad idea. That wasn't the way to come to the league. That was a bad idea. He drives a Rolls Royce around campus. He be on the football field with gold chains on. A lot of that shit don't have to be. Like, Deion is who he is. Deion could have told his son, look, man, take that chain off till after the game. You know, let your game speak for you. You know what I'm saying? And if we win a bowl game or we win a national championship or something like that, then you can get on the podium and you can put all your ice on. But a lot of that shit, that ain't got nothing to do with football, man. It ain't necessary. Like, cool out. It worked for me. Deion was known as Prime. Prime was a character. There's two different people. You have Deion Sanders and then you have Prime Time. That's a character that was an alter ego that he created in college. Naturally, some of those traits would be passed down to his son, but it was some things that they did that I didn't agree with, like on draft day. They had a draft party. This is Shaduer and Deion and all of them. A party that he didn't get picked. He had NFL team hats. He had a shelf with all of these NFL team hats stacked up. I think it's 32 teams in the NFL, something like that. He had NFL hats of all the teams. And when they was going to call his name for the draft, he was going to reach up on this shelf and take a hat down and put it on his head. That shit wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. And they proved their point. We're not gonna draft him. Fuck him, and fuck his daddy. Yeah. Prime Time backed up his play. I won't dispute that Prime has something to do with some of the shit that he did, but there's no reason for Prime to live vicariously through his son because Deion didn't play the quarterback position. Deion played cornerback and wide receiver in the NFL. They used to have him lining up as a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Deion played cornerback. He played on the defense. So he can't really relate to the things that Shaduer has to do. I mean, calling plays and shit like that. That's why he had Tom Brady, mentoring him, training him, so to speak. No one liked Paul Westhead's sister. Magic was the only one who spoke up. That's a perfect example. And they got his ass fired. Magic Johnson came into the league, boogieing. The Lakers go straight to the NBA championship and win that shit. I think it was the following season. Paul Westhead, a white coach, wants to stop the fast breaking. The fast breaking, that was going to take away one of Magic's strengths. He's a transitional guard, meaning when he get the ball off the glass, you kick it out to Magic and we out. It ain't no offense. I'm the offense, the point guard. He tried to take that away from Magic. He wanted them to run a half-court offense that he came up with. Magic told them motherfuckers, yo, you gonna have to trade me and shit. And they fired his ass. Brought in Pat Riley, who I believe was an assistant under Paul Westhead. And Pat Riley said, man, run the motherfucking fast break. Thus, we had the Showtime Lakers. That was a great example. The league is showing exactly right now what we've been knowing. People have been saying that the NFL and the NBA, I think it's more blatant in the NFL. It's just like slavery. They even compared the NFL draft to the slave auction. We got this big buck here. He's 6'4", 280 pounds. He could lift a whole bunch of cotton. He could pull a wagon. It's similar. When a guy get drafted, they bring him up on the podium with the auctioneer and announce him to the world. He's 6'1". He's 230 pounds of muscle. They've compared it to the NFL. They've compared it to slavery many, many times. And now we seeing it. But this ain't, my topic here ain't just tied to Shaduer. It's tied to sports. It is. It's tied to sports. It is. It is. Because I see a lot of racism associated with Angel Reese. And this is what's sickening about the Angel Reese situation, right? Caitlin Clark ain't never won anything. Caitlin Clark ain't never won anything. She didn't win in college. She didn't. Angel Reese is an NCAA champion. Angel Reese won in high school too. So there's not really any comparison. And the statistics came out yesterday or Friday that since Caitlin Clark has been injured, the viewership didn't change. You know why? Because there are stars in the WNBA. There are stars in the WNBA. There is. And when Caitlin came, they disrespected a lot of veterans by acting like Caitlin was coming to save the league. She did bring something to the league, but it wasn't her by herself. Her and Angel Reese rivalry came to the league and gave it an injection. But the number one player in the league plays for, I think, Vegas. What's her name? What's girly name? It slips my mind right now. She's been the MVP for years in the WNBA, and she's still dropping 30. Aja Wilson, right? That was disrespect to her, Kelsey Plum, and the rest of their stars. There was already stars in the WNBA, so for them to give, that's why they was trying to hurt her. That's why they was trying to hurt her. That's why. What's homegirl name who just retired, had the big nose? She kind of disrespected Caitlin. Caitlin tore her ass up when they played head to head. What's her name? She just retired. She's the all-time, I think maybe the all-time lead scorer in the WNBA. Played for Connecticut. Big nose. What's the girl name? Taurasi. That's why Taurasi wasn't feeling her. Like, man, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Like, we don't get busy. I understand her whole point and her reception because they tried to make Caitlin Clark out to be bigger than the league. And if you want to keep it real, from what I've seen, if Caitlin Clark ain't shooting them long-ass threes, she don't do a whole lot. She don't do a whole lot beyond that. If she's not hitting them long-ass threes from the logo when she crossed the court and she let it fly, she doesn't do a whole lot beyond that. She don't dish the rock. She don't rebound. She don't play defense. And she don't got no she don't drive to the hoop, and she don't got no real mid-range game. So, and if she's not hitting, she gets upset. She gets upset. If she's not hitting, she gets red in the face and she gets red in the face and she becomes discouraged. This is all facts. They making her bigger than what she is. You 100% correct. They making her. It's a girl that's in the WNBA, white girl, who's better than her, and she just showed it the other night. She dropped 44 points, and what was impressive about it is that she shot like 81% from the field. Her name is Paige Bruckers. Ain't that her name? No, her name is Paige Bruckers. Ain't that her name? She just had 44 points the other day. Paige Bruckers, exactly. She just had 44 points the other day, and what was impressive about it is that she didn't miss that many shots. It's disrespectful to players like that when they try to give Caitlin Clark all of these types of props and shit. And them doing that kind of almost divided the sports world. It turned it into racism. Caitlin Clark don't play the same position as Angel Reese. She's not even better than Paige Bruckers. So if you want to compare her to somebody, stop the comparisons with Angel Reese, because Angel Reese plays forward and center. Compare her to people who play the same position as her. Straight like that. But this is discussion that had to take place on this channel, because I am an avid sports fan, and that shit that happened to Shaduer last night, that was racism. It was exposed to the world. There was no reason for that to play out like that. And they could have got him hurt. Not only did they put him in a position where he was going to play bad, had him out there with a terrible line. Them dudes that was on line last night, they going to be packing groceries and working regular jobs tomorrow. They going to get cut tomorrow. In other news, since we're speaking about the Sanders boys, Shiloh was waived by the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know if he deserved it. He got into some type of... He might have threw a punch. He might have threw a punch or got a little bit too physical with somebody who I heard was antagonizing him. I heard he had an exchange with somebody. I believe it was a tight end, right? Whatever the case, they cut him. That's something that they wanted to do. He gave them the reason to do it. And he's not, I don't know if he's good enough where, or he's relevant enough where an NFL team would pick him up. He might be in some trouble. He probably done fucked up. He probably done fucked up. For real. He fell for it. Exactly. That's exactly how I look at it. He fell for it. He gave him the reason. Prior to that, he was actually playing pretty good. As a matter of fact, everybody that got drafted from Colorado was getting busy. They was. Travis was getting busy. Shiloh played a good game in his first preseason game. Forget the other kid name. He's a wide receiver, a kick returner. And, of course, Shaduer. And this all has to do with their distaste of Deion Sanders. That's what they do to us, even in jobs. Yeah, man, you got to make sure that you don't let them trick you out of your position. Being black is to be strategic, patient, and above all, you got to display some level of tact. T-A-C-T. You do. This even goes for real life. Straight up. You see, yeah, I know the feeling. Cats always fight in the NFL. Yeah, but he gave them the reason. He gave them the reason. The word is out, man. They trying to see to it that them niggas go play in the Canadian League. If they would have it their way, they would have him in the Canadian League. And it's very, very well known that them NFL owners and shit, they stick together. You know why? Ray Rice never played another down in the NFL. Y'all remember that? Ray Rice never played another Kaepernick. Kaepernick's situation and Ray Rice's situation was two different things. This is why I say this. Ray Rice was official. Ray Rice was getting busy. Kaepernick, he played some good games. He had a good season. That one season, he played really, when he first came out, he played really, really good. He wasn't the greatest passer. He could run an offense. He kind of reminded me of Jeff Garcia without Jeff Garcia's passing acumen. Ray Rice was an actual star in the NFL. He was official. When Ray Rice jumped on that girl, he never played in the NFL again, and he was young. So that was basically the NFL owners like, I ain't gonna touch him. You don't touch him. We not gonna touch him. So he never played again. Genius move on Deion Sanders' part for coming up with a contractual crime clause in his son's paperwork just in case things like this occurred. That's probably why they had a problem with him, because he's intervening with how the NFL is going to deal with his boys. He's going to make sure that they're in the best situations because of his knowledge of the game. They don't like Deion Sanders. And I'm going to tell y'all the number one reason why they don't like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is the most popular, most relevant, most famous living NFL Hall of Famer. You can't name another Hall of Famer. You can't name another guy that wears them gold jackets in the NFL Hall of Fame that's a bigger star than Deion Sanders. And some of these guys was a bigger star than him when they were playing. Joe Montana, Peyton Manning. These are iconic players and shit like that. But in the eyes of the world, the eyes of social media, and the eyes of the United States, and the hearts and minds of players everywhere, they don't get, yeah, he's bigger than Tom Brady, bigger than Jerry Rice, he's bigger than all of them. All of them is a sideshow when prime time show up. This is the truth. Bo Jackson, I gave this some thought. He's the biggest living Hall of Famer in the world. He's bigger than Jim Brown. Anybody that you name, Terrell Owens, he's the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Well, he said Deion got the glow and they can't stay. Ray Rice versus Ben Roethlisberger situation. NFL picks and chooses. You're right. I believe Roethlisberger's name was tied up in some type of rape shit. But they didn't handle him how they handled Ray Rice. You're correct. Correct. Anyway, I have to, yeah. And they hate it. They hate it. Pick your poison, man. We've always encouraged our kids to play professional sports. I would like a son to play in the NBA. I wanted to play in the NBA. But we need to start dominating other fields besides professional sports. For real, we need to start dominating other fields. Because they don't like niggas. They don't. Everything that we deal with in real life, it dealt with in the National Football League. They can't try that shit in the NBA. Black people got too much of a stronghold in the NBA. For real. They got too much of a strong. They really can't be outward. They can't be outward with their racism in the NBA. They can't. Niggas got that in the chokehold. But the NFL, you see how it's playing out. When racism came up in the NBA, Adam Silver, he banned that owner from the Los Angeles Clippers. I think his name was Donald Sterling, for life. For life. You ain't gonna fuck up our NBA, man. We got all these black men in this motherfucking league. You can't be in here with that racism shit. You will fuck our league up. If these niggas sit down, if these niggas in this NBA sit down, we finished. They don't even got white American players in the NBA all like that anymore. Most of the white guys that's in the NBA today, they from overseas. They don't even have white American players all like that in the NBA, so they can't be fucking around like that in the NBA. But the NFL is a different story. My food is here. forget about Brett Favre stealing. It's time to get busy. I'm gonna flash my chicken on y'all. Hold on. That's Lion's Mane Mushroom. I'm at 24/7 East. This is my family's restaurant. That's my aunt right there. That's my mom's sister. And you see, I'm in here by myself, about to get down. When I come through, they set it out for me. I got to go, man. It's time to eat. I just had to get on here and build with y'all about this shit. Racism running wild in America, and it's being exposed by Angel Reese and Shaduer Sanders. I got to eat, man. Shit, I don't want my mouth to start watering on camera, so I got to go. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications when I'm on live stream. And follow me on Instagram at @gullytv_. Alright? Oh, go to my website, therealdribble.com. Get the trifecta, man, so your dick grow and your skin glow like the dribble. Peace.